question has been posted. Do we think that the Chiefs dynasty is slowing down? I'm gonna say slowing down. Should that be if you were a Chiefs fan, should you be concerned right now?
Me personally, you go ahead.
I'm gonna say nah. I'm gonna tell you why. Because as we all know, right now the Chiefs are not doing Chief like things, but the rest of the remaining schedule is kind of favorable for the Chiefs to make a run. However, they're gonna have to play every playoff game on the road in order to get the last playoff spot. One of the last two playoff spots. They're gonna have to play every on the road. The Chiefs had a lot of hiccups, especially in the division. They just lost to the Broncos this
Broncos.
past Sunday. And another team that's out there lurking and people not really talking about, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They lost to them early in the season. They lost to the Chargers week 1 in Brazil. This honestly, the Chiefs historically have started off slow, but it's never lingered this late in the season.
Mm.
So I don't think the Chiefs dynasty, whatever you want to call it, I don't think it's done. However, I think this year it's like we'll go get them next year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, the Chiefs can really afford to be bad, to have played some bad football in this day and time. Because honestly, the last handful of Super Bowls, the Chiefs represented the AFC, except for like one, and that was the Bengals. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean
don't
the
I don't think it's going. I don't think it's over yet. I think it's dying
I think
down, but I don't think it's over.
I think we predicted this a year early last year, saying that Kansas wasn't going to be the division winner. This year, they're definitely not the division winner. This year, I don't think they have a chance. But I just look at the Chiefs and I look at their remaining schedule. The Colts is coming to Kansas. They go to Dallas. Um, they have the Texans and the Chargers at home.
Hmm.
They go into Tennessee. They have the Broncos coming to Kansas this time, and then they go on to Oakland, which they stomped the first time they played them.
Badly.
Now keep in mind the Chiefs are 1-2 in their division right
Hmm.
now. I think this Broncos game was a heavy. Well, honestly, I think this year is one of the most defensive games I've seen multiple times with different teams. Multiple times. We was talking about last week, game going 0-0 in halftime.
Yeah.
This game between the Broncos was a very low scoring game for being that they're two highly offensive teams. Um, but I just think it was one of those type of dog fights, and Bo Nix made the necessary plays to win. I think he had the ball last, if I'm not mistaken. I was watching it with some family or whatever. And I said, well, if they give Kansas the ball last, they might as well go and forget about it. And I think that's what Sean Payton and Bo Nix and the Broncos knew, not to give Patrick Mahomes a shot to win, because he gonna go, if he got anything to do with it, he gonna go try to win it.
Yeah.
But I just look at the remaining schedule and I say, well, I think the Chargers did beat the Kansas City Chiefs last time, and they're going to be in Kansas for this last divisional game. I don't think the Chargers win that game. The Colts game this coming up week, I feel like could be a big challenge for them, depending on what type of Colts team we get. Dallas, I feel like is a sneaky one, because Dallas blew the handles off the Oakland Raiders, but that is the Oakland Raiders. But the wide receiver tandem that they got with Pickens and Dak, and it could be dangerous. So I
Hmm.
think that's a sneaky one. The Titans, I'm not worried about. The Broncos, that's gonna be another good game in Kansas. And then they got the Raiders. I still feel like they can at least win two out of what, the three remaining divisional games that they got. Um, I don't think it's over. I just think it's sort of like the Golden State Warriors in NBA. NBA, they went to the NBA Finals 5 years in a row, And no matter who they played, everybody played them tough because they wanted to have that stamp of beating the Golden State Warriors. And I think that's
Mhm.
what we're going through in the NFL. Everybody wants to beat Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid because they've been dominating the league for multiple years.
Right.
And I'm not giving them a pass. I mean, yeah, Kansas City is not looking like the Kansas City that we know. And I don't even think last year they looked like the Kansas City that we know, and they still made it. But I mean, they're still above. They right at 500, and I'm not gonna count them out until they out. That's just
Yeah.
my yeah.
Well, just to give a little context, like you said, they are at 5-5. They're third in the AFC West behind the Broncos and Chargers.
Yep.
Um, this is a stat that's crazy. So this year they're 0-5 in one score games. When last year this time they were 12-0 in one score games.
Mm,
The Chiefs have a top 12 offense. They're ninth in points per game at 25.4, seventh in yards per game, fifth in passing yards per game, 12th in rushing yards. So their running game is a little suspect. And red zone touchdown percentage is 70.27. That's third in the NFL. So I'm not saying that is over.
right. Yeah.
But I think what's happening is, like you said, people going to give Kansas City, especially the AFC, they're going to
Oh
give Kansas City their best shot,
yeah. I
regardless. And
I
then
just
it was a lot of other factors like suspensions and injuries and stuff that went down this year for the Kansas City Chiefs. So all of that kind of plays into that little fiddle there.
I just look at it like this: Kansas is still a number 9 seed in the AFC, and they play the Chargers again. They're going to play the Colts this week. They're playing some teams and they play the Texans. They're playing some teams that either have higher seeds than them or in the same division. I think they can at least make the wild card weekend if the Chargers, Jags, or Texans drop the ball within the next few weeks. So
Mhm.
like I said, it ain't over until it's over. So I mean, this football about to get dicey for the
Yeah,
remainder of the season. Really.
yeah. Football is about to be it's about to be a slugfest, especially the AFC, because you got teams that's one of the usual suspects. The usual suspects are slipping right now. So we
Yeah.
it's crazy.